It's Cantrell's Countdown to Kickoff. The Cantrell Law Firm is now open in La Follette.
It's Homecoming on the Hill 2023. The Daniel Boone Trailblazers take on the Cougars for the very first time ever in high school football. It's Campbell home tonight with Daniel Boone, a team that went undefeated in the regular season a year ago. And Coach Justin Price, a tall order for your Cougars tonight.
Yeah, obviously Daniel Boone's a new team that we've not played, obviously, ever in Campbell County's history. So not a lot we know about them heading into this week until we got the film and you start looking at them. And obviously you tell they're well coached, and obviously the success they had last year, I'm sure they'll continue to try to build on that. And so they're probably confident. Their players probably believe that they can win anytime they go play. And that's something. It's a tough challenge, but I think it's something that we'll be prepared for.
Kind of interesting, both teams coming in with some close losses. Daniel Boone is 1-4, 2 touchdowns away from being 3-2. And the Cougars, you've led every game this season, led the second half in every game except one. It's been just a difficult season for both teams to try to maybe get over a hump in a couple of those games.
Yeah, and I think that's what these games are about. Obviously there's no region. This is a non-region game for both teams, but I do think it's kind of the start of the second half of the season, and how are you going to finish this season, as you try to reach your potential. And I think that's important for us is, can we play at the level that I've seen us play in moments this year? Can we do that more consistently against Daniel Boone? And I think that's what we have to be focused on is obviously we want to put our players in good positions and take away what Daniel Boone's trying to do. But I think at the end of the day, can we play at the level I know we can play more consistently?
Your line, especially on the offensive side, has played so well this season. It all begins there.
Yeah, we've controlled the line of scrimmage. We feel like in every game that we've played, and we'll continue to lean on our offensive line, and obviously our inexperience and youth at receiver is continued to improve, and I think that's something we'll see it progress even as the season goes. But again, we got a lot of confidence in our offensive line and what they're able to do, and then run the ball. Keegan had another good game last week, and so it's it's something that we'll definitely we believe in, and we'll definitely use against Daniel Boone.
Keegan Cowan appears to be coming into his own in these last couple of games. Just a nice game on Friday night.
Yeah, Keegan, he's a great kid. He works hard for us, and runs the plays the way they're supposed to. But then sometimes when he gets hit, he just keeps going, and I think that just shows the toughness that he has. And so he had a lot of carries, especially in the first half last week, and but just continues to get those tough yards, and so we're just really proud of the way Keegan's performed this year.
And, of course, as goes Landon Hensley, so go the Cougars, and you'll be counting on number 10 big time again tonight.
Yeah, we know that. We're basically every play goes through him. A lot of times he's got the decision where he's going to hand it or throw it, and and Landon, I thought last week played a very high level game. He made really good decisions. I think we. Whether it's running or passing, but even on his throwing, he was making the right throw, making the right reads, and threw the ball really well. Again, I think Landon, we're used to those statistic just games that are just off the charts. He's not really had one this year, but that doesn't mean he's not played well. He's making really good decisions, good throws, and again, we'll rely on him like we have all year, every game, and really every play. And I know Landon's up for that challenge. He continues to work hard to improve his skill set, which is really encouraging to see somebody the success that he had, and even though that. Right now he's not had those big games, but to him, he's got a lot of confidence and a lot of desire to be even better.
Your defense, I thought, did an outstanding job for much of the game last week against that wing tee, something that you don't see but once in a blue moon, and your defense is coming along this season.
Yeah, I think in the first half against Lenore City last week, giving up 7 points and forced some 3-and-outs early, and we kind of felt like we were in control of that game defensively at halftime. Obviously the second half we gave up a lot of points, and that's something we've got to improve on. It kind of goes back to what I've said about this team so far this year is, you see moments and you see plays where we play at an extremely high level that we've played good enough to beat any team that we've played, and then there's moments that we're not executing at that level, and that's the stuff we got to continue to do on defense. And execution on defense looks a little different than it does on offense. Defensively you have to be you got to know your assignment, and then you have to react sometime to what the offense is doing, and then you got to finish the tackle. And I think we've got some players that can do that. There's no doubt about it, and they've shown that they can do it. Now let's just try to do it for 4 quarters.
A couple of interceptions off tips, a couple of missed tackles. You take those 4 plays away, it's a whole different ball game on Friday night. But tonight you're looking to put together a 4-quarter game.
Yeah, there's no doubt. I think again it's 27-20 or something in the 4th quarter against Lenore City, and we're right there. Sometimes the final scores don't show the story of the game, and anybody that watched that game last week knows that was a really good football game that could have went either way. But I think that is the key for us tonight against Daniel Boone, really against everybody we play the rest of the season. Is let's try to put this together for 4 quarters. We're still going to make mistakes. Things aren't going to go our way. The ball's going to bounce in favor of the other team, but let's try to control the things that we can more consistently, and when you have opportunities to make big plays, let's make them. And I think that's the challenge for us. Is we believe and really confident in how good this team can be. I feel like we have seen the potential of it. We've just not seen it consistently, and I think that's what we need tonight or against Daniel Boone.
Both teams know how to win. Obviously, a lot of remnants off last season's team that went 10-0 in the regular season for Daniel Boone, 12-1 in all games. And your team obviously is used to and accustomed to winning. Both teams are going to be very hungry tonight for a victory here tonight. What have you seen from Daniel Boone that you might be able to take advantage of offensively?
Defensively, they're not. They're pretty simple in what they do, but they vary up the fronts. There'll be a 3-man front, then a 4-man front. So we'll see, or we call it even and odd looks. But again, that's mostly that confuses the offensive lineman. And again, we're very confident our offensive line. They communicate well. Their football IQ is very high. So we feel confident that we'll be prepared for whatever look they give us up front. And secondary wise, pretty simple in their coverages. So again, I think that when you see that, it really turns to us. Are we going to throw on time? Are we going to catch the football, run the routes at the right distance, not take a route off when we don't have decoys. Every route in our plays you're trying to move defenders to open something up, and so those are things that we got to continue to improve on offensively. And I think if we do that, then we're going to have some success.
What does it look like your defense is up against tonight?
Well, they have their quarterback back from last year, and obviously, I think he's a senior, and obviously won some games last year for him. Obviously he'll make good decisions and put them in good spots to be successful. And they have a really big running back, number 15, that played last year. So it's about tackling him, and sometimes when you play those big running backs that are powerful and bigger, it's not just about the first person that gets there, it's about the second and third. So we got to make sure we get to the football to help with that. And then they also got a faster running back that plays some corner too, that is a younger kid, but looks like he's got some good speed. So I'm sure they'll mix it up with who's getting the ball, and their quarterback's going to make decisions, good decisions. Again, it goes back to let's be consistent in how we tackle, being consistent in knowing your assignment, your alignment, and then go make some plays.
It's homecoming tonight, a special night for everybody involved, especially your football team. How tough is it to get your team refocused after the homecoming festivities and kick the game off?
Well, we want our players to enjoy it. I think homecoming, you got the dress-up days at school and different things going on all week, and we want our players to enjoy it. It's part of the high school experience, part of high school football, and but at the same time, we also want them to understand that we have a job to do, and that's just being able to take it from enjoying all the festivities to focusing on what's my job tonight in this game. And I think our players will do that. We're confident in it. Obviously there'll be some distractions, but there's always distractions in high school sports, and no matter whether it's homecoming or whatever it is. So it's I think that's what that our players have done good this year. Again, whether you win or lose, sometimes that can be a distraction too. So let's just focus on what our jobs are and execute them the best we can.
Sounds good, Coach. Daniel Boone, 1-4, Campbell County 2-3. Coach, have fun tonight. We wish you well.
Thanks, Jim. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Coach. Coach Justin Price and his Cougars with Daniel Boone tonight here on the WLAF Cantrell Law Firm Countdown to Kickoff. Stay connected. The game's next here on WLAF.
It's Cantrell's Countdown to Kickoff. The Cantrell Law Firm is now open in La Follette.